Welcome back, everybody. I'm just going to do a quick show and tell kind of with the food plots. It's been about 2 weeks now since they got planted, and we're going to start right here at the stump 3 where I planted this Miscanthus grass right in front of the blind. I wanted to show you guys how well this stuff's coming up. A few of them are real tall, like this one right here. That's up about 3 feet. I'm a little bit nervous though because I had planted it all the way down here to like right here, and I don't see any of it coming up from pretty much where that one is over. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that. No, that's nothing. So it's growing good over here though. I almost wonder if it's a sunlight issue, because this stuff over here gets the sunlight better in the evenings and mid-morning. This right here is under this pine tree and obviously not getting sunlight, so that might have something to do with it. I'm not sure, but you can see the trench where I had planted it all the way down through. We sprayed this a few days ago, and you can see that the glyphosate's already taken effect on any of the weeds that were out here. Like these right here, you can see they're already starting to die, starting to heal over. We're going to be planting this just in another week and a half, and this is all going to go to that harvest salad from Real World, so looking forward to that. Let's go check out the food plots, the garden, and then the big 2-acre plot up top there. So we'll go check those out now. Well, we're out in the old garden plot, and you can see we've got a pretty good even cover of the backwoods buffet brassica blend from Ravlin Hill Archery out here. This side over here is pretty wet. We honestly don't need any more rain. We've had a ton of rain since this got seeded down. We could probably use a few nice sunny days without rain, but this is coming up really nice. Looks like our seed rate was right on the money. You can see, you know, between brassica plants, there's quite a bit of room. You know, they're not stacked right on top of each other. You know, right now, if you planted that blend and it looks like a green carpet, you're in trouble. You messed up. You way overseeded it. You want quite a bit of dirt in between each plant right now, because those each seed takes up a lot of nutrients and is really important that it, you know, has some space to expand and grow. Looks like I found one of Vern's gonna need that. I had lost one other one. I didn't realize I had lost another one. I thought that I only lost one, but I lost 2. So that's a nice find. Let's go check out the other one and see how that one's doing. The burnt tree plot, as everybody, holy cow, look at the size of that one right there. That one's huge. Look at it, the size compared to my hand already. We made it over here to the 2-acre plot, and this looks really, really good as well. We got the plots coming up, and you can see really nice even seed rate across the whole thing here. Looks like I got a little carried away over there by that dead tree, but for the most part, it all looks pretty darn good. You can see quite a bit of space in between each plant, and looks like everything's right on the money. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the food plot as the process goes forward, and want to keep you guys in the loop as this stuff grows. All everything's going good so far. We actually, you know, we could go a few days without rain. It's been raining pretty non-stop, but it's all looking pretty good. This stuff really excites Kaylee as well. She gets super excited about food plots and how well they're doing. She's like super proud of me and how good I do with them.
I'm glad your efforts have been worth it.
See you on the next one. We're down here on Carl's creek bottom food plots. I know everybody's always curious about what Carl's up to down here, and he's got all his food plots, fall food plots planted, and everything's coming up good. He just seeded this part. He seeded this first and then seeded that a few days after. But how many acres do you have planted down here, Carl?
Probably 5.5.
5.5 total. And he took and he walked the perimeter of each one of these food plots. He's got little sections all over the place and got exactly, you know, how big, how many acres, or how big each food plot was. And he's got, you did a different mix in each one, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it'll be kind of fun to keep track of what mix, you know, he put in each food plot and which one he finds to be kind of the most attractive to deer. Carl spends a lot of time down here during rifle season, and he'll be able to really keep an eye on what the deer are really after and what they prefer and what they don't. But what's really pretty amazing, you can see the apple trees out here. They're all absolutely loaded with apples. There's a giant one right here that, look at the limbs, are just folded right over. They're so heavy with apples.
I didn't look up at that before. It is pretty full at the top, isn't it?
Yeah. There's just a ridiculous amount of food down here between the food plots, and he's got a bunch of standing corn over there on the end that'll be perfect for kind of boxing everything in and keeping the deer comfortable from the road and the activity that's going on over there. Gives them a little bit more cover and they don't see as much human activity. Remember a few years ago, before that corn screen was up, we were sitting down here and there was horses going nuts and dogs barking, and the deer would come out, and then they'd be out here for 15 or 20 minutes, and then they'd get nervous and go running back in and come back out and run back in. And you know, with a little bit of cover there, it just makes them a lot more comfortable coming out there and staying out there. That mix had a bunch of peas in it, and it looks like sugar beets. This one's got more, looks like oats and rye.
Yeah, wheat, I think.
Wheat. Yep, right there. What's really nice about those is they take such hard browse pressure and come back. Deer just pound that stuff and just continues to grow. Carl planted this right out the side of his gator with a hand seeder. That had to have been a lot of work.
My arm got tired. I started resting the seeder.
You should have came and got my seeder and just hooked it up to your stinking gator.
Oh, that's all right.
Then you probably would have just had one strip down the middle.
Yeah.
It takes some finagling to get used to that.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of little fingers that go right to the end of the creek here, and there's one that's really nice where he shot Rocky years ago. You can see right to the creek from it's like right through here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So any deer that's on this side of the creek that crosses through there, he'll be able to see. This is all coming up real nice and even.
This is a new one. Yeah, I only made like 3 passes on this.
Yeah, this looks good.
My son wasn't real impressed with my plowing.
No, he was probably confused as to what you're...
Well, he was trying to roll it, and he's like, dude, I don't think you got much too smooth. I'm like, yeah.
Oh man, that looks like a wet. Wouldn't want to try to drive my Honda through that.
No. I haven't seen no sandhill cranes lately. I used to get pictures of them quite a bit.
They were probably in here eating seeds, and then once they start growing, they don't like them anymore.
No, I never seen them once I worked it up.
Oh, really?
Only before. I think they're eating bugs or something.
Yeah, you can see the dead furrow right in the middle there.
Yeah. Didn't get them out too good. There's spots.
This is the area it grows like unreal.
Yeah.
This is where you pulled that turnip out last year that was the size of a basketball. Crazy.
It's funny. I know I spread stuff there.
We're right here in the back of Carl's food plot where you can see right to the creek, and we just measured it on onX, and it's 326 to where we're standing from the blind to right here, and he's got a good perfect opening right to it. So any deer that's really working this from the inside of the creek, you really can't get around here without you being able to see it or get a shot at it.
It's amazing how different you'll see. Like you'll see deer come from this way,
Yeah,
and go that way, and then the next thing you see
deer
come
coming
from
this
that
way. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's a different group.
Yeah. They're really comfortable back in here close to the creek with all this cover. We were just talking before, is like, you know, you wonder about opening this up more and just getting more area for food plot, but really I think it's more beneficial to leave a bunch of these crabapple trees and cover in here, because then it makes them more comfortable going in and out of it naturally, not being in the open. They still think they're, you know, like right here, they still think they're in cover, but they're really not, which is what gets big bucks killed.
Well, let's hope so.
Lots of food close to thick cover and no pressure. That's the recipe for killing big deer. And Carl's got great access getting in there. He's got everything covered up, and now he's got a tarp on the outside of the blind, so he can easily get in and out of there without, you know, disturbing any deer that are going to be out here in the food plots.
This is the one here. You'll see him. You'll just see him pass through. You can't, because it's all blocked right there.
Yeah.
And this one ain't too bad.
No, this will grow real nice. This soil is incredible. I mean, I haven't even seen a rock anywhere. It's just all really loamy topsoil.
Yeah, Pete plowed that part, but I don't know. You won't see nothing back there behind that tree.
No, but you'll see them come out over there eventually.
Yeah, they'll work their way around.
Yeah.
Remember that one day it was raining real hard and you could see them back there?
Oh yeah. Well, under these crabapple trees, you could always see glimpses of, you know, they were bedding in there, and you'd see glimpses of them stand up and walk through, and then a cat came through and scared everything to...
Yeah. TV.
Yeah. There'll be a big scrape right here under this. This would be a nightmare to try to plant, to keep track of where you've been and where you haven't, and
That's why it was nice to have it rototilled.
so then you didn't see your tracks.
Yeah. But then I was like, I knew how many pounds I was trying to get out in the acreage.
Yeah. So you just went to each little spot and measured it off, and then planted that particular area, and then moved on from each spot to...
Yep. Just one spot at a time.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at all the... Geez, this is way bigger than it seems when you actually come down and walk around.
Yeah, I think we plowed a couple more passes this way in.
This is gonna hold a lot of deer this winter. Hopefully we actually have somewhat of a winter. It's been really weird the last few years with not, you and really not having much for snow or anything. I just wanted to show you guys something that I find really interesting. I'm down here in the old garden plot where we planted the line of Miscanthus, and right here's the corn screen for the time being. But I was checking out all the Miscanthus, and Miscanthus grass is obviously growing really well. It's like, I would say 3 feet tall right here in certain spots. But what's really bizarre is I got to looking at it in the corn. So we planted corn right through where we planted Miscanthus, right here on the edge. It doesn't matter because the corn will be gone, the Miscanthus will continue to grow next year. But what's really interesting about this is check out this Miscanthus within the corn. It's absolutely huge. So this is Miscanthus grass right here, and look how tall it is. So this is me. It's as tall, it's actually just as tall as I am. There's the top of the Miscanthus grass, and that's just not an anomaly. Every single one of them are huge in here. So if you go over here, you see this is Miscanthus. Look at how tall this is. This is over my head. It's almost as tall as the corn. The Miscanthus that was grown within the corn stalks is massive. Why is that? Must be less light is more beneficial, or you wonder if it's when Carl planted the corn, he planted the corn with liquid fertilizer, but the fertilizer went right into the row of the corn, and these are growing right in the middle of the 2 rows of corn. I mean, look at these ones over here. These ones are huge. This one's huge as well. Makes you wonder if planting Miscanthus and then planting corn right with it is obviously really beneficial. I mean, it's huge. It's really bizarre. You know, I would have never in a million years thought that the Miscanthus planted within the corn stalks would be bigger than the Miscanthus outside, obviously, because this gets sunlight. You know, in the corn stalks wouldn't get as much sunlight, but maybe since it's getting less sunlight, it's causing it to grow faster, like trying to get up to the sunlight. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. There's probably somebody that has that's knowledgeable, that has a good explanation as to why the Miscanthus would grow much better within the corn than it did outside the corn. But it's kind of mind-boggling to me. Daniel did get in that that spray for the Miscanthus here, so we're going to go ahead and probably next week is just spray this and get all the weeds killed that are growing within the Miscanthus. You can see right here is a Miscanthus module that did not grow. Dead one. Don't know why it didn't grow, but well, it's got a little bit of green to it in there. Maybe it will grow still. So go ahead and shove it back in. I've got some cameras we're going to go ahead and get set up here, and a little bit of work to do. I'm going to do some cutting. Got a whole array of different things in here. Right here's a huge deer trail that comes right out here to the food plot, and I just got the Keen Ranger PT Plus hooked up right here and connected to my cell phone, and you can overlook the whole food plot right here, and you can traverse with this camera and just look everything over. I have the Yacht Club data card that's connected right through my app on my phone. Super easy to add data whenever you want to add data to it. That is one heck of a good setup. I would highly recommend it to anybody that's thinking about a cell cam or something.